As some of you may have noticed, I posted a video about quitting Melee altogether a few weeks ago. That video is now unlisted, and this happened after I did not post any updates about my practice and progress for about or almost 3 months, which is bad, and I understand that those who supported me might have felt quite upset about that. But I'll get into the reasoning behind the burnout and deciding to quit soon. All I wanted to say is that I am back now and I do want to continue this grind to top 100. It's still something I really want to achieve for myself. Anyway, after 6 weeks of a pretty rigorous practice schedule, I experienced a huge amount of burnout around the second week of March. I also had some responsibilities to take care of, like dealing with relatives who are visiting and staying with me for long periods of time, having to record some songs for a friend as a drummer, and also I went on a trip to Boracay, which is like a small island in the Philippines, and it was quite an escape from Melee for a bit because the burnout was definitely there and it was real as hell. I also felt some pressure to keep continuing the grind and to keep busting out content every 2 weeks because that's initially what I said I'd do. And I felt pressure because I gave myself a goal of achieving all of this within 2 years, which is why I was practicing so much. But it really was not healthy for me, even when people were warning me that I'm almost definitely going to get burned out with this kind of schedule. I didn't really believe them, and they ended up being correct. So once I started feeling the burnout, I completely stopped playing from probably the start of March. I would say the second week of March until the second week of June this year. Now, I decided to come back and continue the grind in the second week of June. I did not want to say anything because only a few days before that, I had announced that I was quitting Melee and I was like so sure about that decision. But to make sure that this does not happen again, I want to make some huge changes to the way I was practicing and the way I'm going to commit to my content creating. So from now on, I'm only going to be practicing 20 to 30 minutes of solo practice a day, maybe an hour if I feel like it, and then I'll do analysis on top of that. And I'm also going to add break days where if I really feel like taking a break, I'm going to take that break and not practice that day. Maybe just do analysis. On the content side, I'm deciding to reduce it from every 2 weeks to maybe once a month. But it's not going to be like a strict once a month thing. It's going to be like once a month or maybe once every 1.5 months that I'll do an update. And they're going to be longer episodes because I think there'll be more to talk about and more things would have happened in a month than just in 2 weeks because not much really happens in 2 weeks. I'd also like to add that I'll be doing other things than Melee in my life as well to keep a more balanced lifestyle. Because I'm already a TO for locals and online events in SCA, I'm a server admin, a competitor, and a content creator. I also want to delve more into tennis as a form of exercise, which I've been doing for about a month now. I started sometime in early May and I really want to continue playing tennis. And I want to continue my journey in music as a drummer, watching live bands every now and then, and eventually becoming part of a band myself someday. Anyway, so that was me talking about managing burnout and coming back. So now I want to get onto the progress update. So as you all know, I had a pretty rigorous practice schedule or solo practice schedule in March and before March. Therefore, I have some pictures and some footage of me practicing on my own. So here are some pictures of me doing about 15 to 20 minutes of L cancel practice every day using the Z button instead of the L button. I believe I mentioned it before that I switched. So when I first started off, I was at about 35% L cancel rate. Then I went up to 57. I don't know if this is the next day or a few days later. And then I went up to 61, went back down to 60, went to 66.8, 70%, and then 73.5. So you can kind of see the progress of the L cancel rates going up, albeit they only go up a few percent every time. Sometimes they went down. I didn't take a picture every single time I finished my practice, but that was about 20 minutes straight or 15 minutes straight of L cancel practice. The other thing I was practicing a lot at this time was my tech chasing. So here you can see me doing 5 tech chases in a row. So this is March 3, 2024. This next one is March 5, 2024. And I am also doing 5 tech chases in a row, or 6 if I am able to hit 6. I'm not sure how many I hit here. I believe it is 5. Yep. And then this is March 6th, where I'm doing a tech chase practice again. These are all different days, so you can see that I'm really committed to like labbing every day. But this is right before I burned out actually. And this final one is from March 8th. Every time I do this practice, I don't think I was trying to hit 5 in a row from like the first minute up to the 28th minute when I finally hit it. I think I was just trying to do tech chases. And then somewhere in the middle or somewhere near the end, I decided to start trying to get 5 in a row. So that's how I was trying to do it. And I believe eggs was another part of the routine that I had. So I would practice eggs almost every day. And here are some of the pictures of that. I don't have that many pictures for eggs. I think I've lost them somewhere. But I was doing them pretty much every day or almost every day during the end of February and start of March. So now I've talked about my progress in February and in March, just before I took a hiatus. But I guess you guys are wondering what has happened for me so far grinding this month, like in June when I came back. Well, this month I've already had a session with Cody where he basically told me that there's a lot of problems in my play still. I have a long way to go. My neutral isn't great, and my punish can still be very much optimized. But a lot of the problems are still easy fixes for now, which is a good thing. And they're very simple things that I can see in my own gameplay through analysis.
But yeah, 90%. You lost like that entire game off of that one spacing over and over again by not just punishing him for it at all. Like no shield, no dash chances properly. If you change that, this game becomes like a two stock in your favor instead of you losing two stock. Similarly, you could have lost all the neutral interactions you did, but if you hit slightly harder, you also would have won. Which is annoying, but it's also good because it means you have a lot of easy stuff to work on to get yourself substantially better.
So, although this does sound quite a bit harsh, I actually prefer the way that Cody talks to me in this clip. It's like very. It's like, yeah, there's a lot to work on, but it's quite simple and it's easy to fix. So, there's a good thing. That's the good thing, He's being quite positive, although he may not be sounding that positive. I do like the way he talks here, and it is very blunt, which is very good for me to like see from like a third perspective or an outside perspective exactly what's wrong with my play, especially from a top player like him. So I do appreciate what Cody is saying here. I've also been watching some fiction videos here and there this month, which has taught me wonders about the game and matchups and given me a broader perspective. And I've done my fair share of solo practice, playing with others, and solo analysis or analysis with someone else in Asia. I will note that analysis is still very much a weak point for me, which is why I'm looking to Cody and fiction videos for more help. But I know that as I keep practicing this skill, I will improve at it. That is pretty much it for episode 3. Thank you guys for watching or making it this far if you have. I would like to add that the Discord server for grinding to top 100 is still open and it's in the description below. I will be trying to make up for the lost time when I was gone for 3 months, and I'll be trying to get more interaction and fun stuff going on in there as well. I would also appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. These videos take time to make and I'm trying to showcase something pretty unique. I don't think anyone else has ever made a grinding to top 100 content or series before. I hope this was entertaining. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have any questions or tips as well. See you guys next time.